So I'm locked out of my house, so I thought, what better time to do this than right now? So sorry if I look weird. The sun's right in my eyes. So on my feed, on whatever it's called on YouTube, all I've been seeing is, well, not all, but I've been seeing a lot of videos of reactions to getting into your top college, and just like a bunch of reaction videos to people getting into really good colleges. And around me, every single person that I talk to on a daily basis or see on a daily basis, my friends that I see on a daily basis got into fantastic schools. And when I mean fantastic, I mean like top, like a friend going to Yale, a friend going to UPenn, a friend going to Duke, a friend going to Johns Hopkins, a friend going to Vanderbilt, like intense schools. And two friends going to Chicago, stuff like that. So I'm speaking, to maybe no one, to maybe one person, whoever is gonna watch this video, maybe no one, to say I got into only 2 schools, and both of them were my safeties. I applied to around 12 or 13 schools. Some were targets, some were reaches. There were a lot of reaches, I'm not gonna lie. But even with my reaches, I thought there was a chance that I would at least get into one of my reaches. And for my safety, in one of my safeties, I got into their honors program. So it's not, let me try and rephrase this. So essentially, I didn't get into these colleges that I thought that I did. I'd get into at least one. And it's because I thought I'd get into at least one because I'm a good student. I don't want to get into my statistics because I see those on College Confidential, on YouTube, and it doesn't make anyone feel great. But to say the least, I'm a good student, and I do a lot of extracurriculars. I had a lot of clubs, and my SAT was pretty good. And I had personality in my paper, in my Common App essay, and in the supplemental questions and stuff. So I thought maybe, hey, I'd get into at least one. And the reality is I didn't. And I got into the honors program for my safety. And it's a fantastic school. Don't get me wrong. It's a fantastic school. It's Rutgers honors program. My parents when they came to America, they got their PhDs there. And by there, they're pretty successful. We were living in Princeton. They're not Princeton University professors, don't get me wrong. But we're living in a beautiful place with a lot of opportunities, which I'm grateful for. So that school, it's not, and there's people there who go for graduate school to very fantastic colleges. But my high school has always prized these Ivy Leagues, and they always put out on a certain level that if you don't get into those top schools, then you're not worth a whole lot. And Rutgers is generally the butt of the joke. It's usually Rutgers that they shit on. And it was disappointing, to say the least. It definitely hit so hard. And this is maybe to fellow seniors who thought I don't like using the word deserves, because I don't think anyone deserves something. But for those who have worked really hard, and for those who have personalities that further than what they are on paper, maybe rising juniors who are worried. I haven't fully accepted the fact that I'm not going to my top choices. I got waitlisted for my top choice, which was Barnard. I got waitlisted from Barnard, and I got waitlisted from UCLA. And with UCLA, I have a chance of getting in. And it kind of sucks that my mind keeps going to that, and I keep not kind of accepting the fact that I'm going to Rutgers. And I'll probably do an update in a couple months when I am actually there, and perhaps I'll love it. But I don't really know where I'm going with this video. It's I want to say, it's tough getting rejected from so many schools. But I think a lot, which I'm realizing right now, and I think a lot of you need to realize, and this is a lot to the juniors that are going to hear back from their colleges next year, do not think that like, oh, I should have done more. Oh, it's so bad that I spent time with my friends and wasn't only working on college apps. That type of mentality it's not going to help you. And this is how I view undergraduate school. So there's 2 diving boards. One is a diving block, so it's cement, and one is a diving board, so it's spring. And those that are at places like UPenn and Columbia and stuff like that, they're on the springy diving board, and those who are at their safeties or not the brand names, they're on those cement diving blocks. And both are jumping off. Except if you don't know how to fly, it doesn't matter if you have the jumping board. You are still going to crash. You're still going to hit the bottom. It's just if you're on that cement block, you just have to fly harder. And I know that there's getting rejected and sitting and listening to this, it's not, especially as someone who's still not fully accepted the fact that they're going to their safety. It's not a lot, but it's a place to start with, a place to kind of start your thought process and understand that you're worth. Everyone has probably said this to you if you didn't get into your top colleges. Your worth is not determined by what college you get into. And this is coming from someone who's, not to toot my own horn, but I'm a fantastic student. I'm a good student. I do my work. I study. I've tried very, very hard, and it's definitely been shown in my grades and my extracurriculars, etc. And I still didn't get in. And it's such a shot in the dark. I have a friend who got into Berkeley but didn't get into UCLA or a lot of his targets. I have a friend who applied to all the Ivies and only got into Yale. I have a friend who got rejected from NYU but got into an Ivy, and it's such a shot in the dark. And sometimes it is what colleges are looking for, but sometimes it's just that they overlooked you because there's so many different people applying. And with that, I just want you to realize that you're worth a lot more than you might think right now, and you should understand that. And this is kind of a video for me as well, like, so I can, because I think that other people who didn't get into those top colleges, that they're worth a lot, and I see them working hard. It's difficult for myself because I'm looking at myself and I'm like, I should have tried harder. What did I do wrong? And so it's a video for myself as well. Like, you tried your hardest, and see your worth in yourself, and see that you are a capable student, that you are a capable human being, that you are not just what you are on paper. And even if you are not a fantastic student, if you have a brain, if you can think for yourself, and you have a certain level of independence within yourself, that's what's going to carry you. And yeah, you'll have to fly harder after the cement block, but those who do not have that, who can just memorize textbook, not that there's something necessarily wrong with that, but it's difficult to move forward as a person, like become successful, whatever you determine to be successful, which it varies from person to person. It doesn't necessarily have to be CEO at some huge company to be successful. Remember that, like, those things that maybe colleges don't see on paper, that's what's going to get you farther than a specific undergraduate school. So just remember that, and remember to not only accept but try and be happy. Don't go into your college thinking that that's what your worth is, and try and make the best of it. Yeah. So I don't know who this will reach, but yeah, thanks. Hi, kind of a change in scenery. Got into the house. So I just want to add some stuff at the end. So 2 major points. One is, it sucks. Yes, it really does. And this part is, and this is where I'm getting to, this is to the people who did get into their top colleges or are going to. yes, you should support your friends who are only got into their safeties, but please don't pity them. I got a lot of support after I got rejected, and that really helped me. But I also got a lot of pity, and that pity made it worse because I couldn't go towards I don't want to say towards acceptance, but towards being happy with where I was going, where I'm most likely going, with that in mind, where I can see that people were looking at me like it was something bad, because a lot of my friends were like, oh, you should have gone to somewhere better, like you're like talented. And I feel like it kind of took away from me going there and being a good student there, and the fact that there is a good education there. And I feel like a lot of people in the future right now, just remember that you don't, no offense to my friends, they had good intentions, but I would advise against that. I would say take a different route with it. Be sympathetic, be there for them, but don't pity them necessarily. And finally, to those who did not get into their top colleges and almost like, or got waitlisted, or just whatever, if you're disappointed in any way, just remember it does not determine your worth, and it's gonna suck. But remember to be proud of your friends and proud of yourself. And sounds like some motivational quote on Twitter, sorry. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for someone watching, whoever's watching.